Next, in the basic Laplace transform of the basic signals, we will take the real exponential function x of t is equal to e raised to power at u of t. So if I try to find out the Laplace of e raised to power at u of t, e raised to power at u of t, then by putting into the equation, that is 0 to infinity x of t, where x of t now is e raised to power at u of t into e raised to power minus st dt. This is the equation where u of t is basically from 0 to infinity, so I can write from 0 to infinity u of t to be equal to 1. What remains is e raised to power at multiplied by e raised to power minus st, which I can now totally write it as e raised to power minus s minus a of t, okay, dt. So I suppose you have understood this e raised to power at into e raised to power minus st is basically e raised to power a minus s into t, where I have tried to take s in the front, so it is going to be e raised to power minus s minus at. That is how I have got that. Okay, so anyway, based on this, now if I am going to integrate this, we all know that the integration of this should come out to be e raised to power minus s minus at divided by minus of s minus a for the limit from 0 to infinity. Now here again, if you remember, like what I had said in the previous case, when it was e raised to power minus st and you had to put the limit of infinity, I had said that it will become e raised to power minus infinity minus e raised to power, and the lower one will come out to be 0. But there is a chance when s becomes a negative value, because of which this becomes e raised to power st, and now when you would put a value of infinity, it becomes e raised to power infinity minus e raised to power 0, where e raised to power becomes infinity, so the answer comes out to be infinity, or you cannot find out the answer. Just like that, here also there will come a case when this particular portion inside this bracket becomes a negative. Okay, so I can write for the real portion of s minus a to be always positive, then only we will get the answer. Okay, otherwise, as I said, the answer will come out to be infinity. So to get the answer, I will write that the real portion of s minus a should be greater than 0, or I can write it that the real portion of s should be greater than a, some positive value a. In that case, then in that case, this can be solved as the Laplace transform. We will get the Laplace transform to be, so let me write it down. So Laplace transform of e raised to power at u of t will now become, so now if I am going to substitute infinity, I will get e raised to power minus infinity minus e raised to power 0 divided by minus of s minus a. Okay, for which case? Only for this case. If this case is not satisfied, then I cannot write this equation. Okay, so if that is the case, then this will become e raised to power minus infinity is 0 and e raised to power 0 is 1. The minus and minus will cancel, and I will get the answer as 1 divided by s minus a. Okay, so in totality, finally I can write, therefore the Laplace transform of e raised to power at u of t, I will get the Laplace transform as 1 by s minus a, provided that the real part of s should be greater than a. And how do I plot this? So this is the s plane, and now I am going to Now I am going to draw for some value of a, some positive value of a. So let us assume that this is that a. So beyond this only the region of convergence will occur. So whatever is the value of a, beyond that only this will exist, or it will not exist. Okay, or it will not exist. So I will write for this much part that ROC is that the real part of S should be greater than A. Okay, the real part of S should be greater than A. So this is that A. Next, we will look into the Laplace transform of complex exponential function e raised to power j omega t u of t. So previously it was the real exponential function. Now it is going to be the complex exponential function, and we know that for complex exponential function we will write e raised to power j omega t u of t, and then the remaining portion e raised to power minus st dt, where the u of t will become 1 for the limit 0 to infinity. So the remaining portion I can write it as e raised to power minus s minus j omega t dt, which we know that by integration we will get e raised to power minus s minus j omega t divided by minus of s minus j omega, okay, with the limit from 0 to infinity. And that is what we are basically having here. Okay, now again, if you are going to look at S is basically sigma plus j omega. Let me write for the time being sigma plus j omega 1 for the time being, and then minus j omega means I can write whatever is inside this bracket. I can write this as whatever is inside that bracket. I can write that as sigma plus j omega 1 minus omega. Okay. Now, if I am going to take this as the power of e raised to power, okay, and then I am putting a t here, I am going to put a minus here, then obviously what you can see here is that this will become e raised to power infinity only if the sigma value becomes minus, because it does not matter what happens to the imaginary portion. It does not matter. Only what is important is what happens to the real part, and if the real part comes out to be a negative value, okay, then that negative and this negative will basically become positive. So in that case I will get the answer as e raised to power infinity minus e raised to power 0, where e raised to power infinity is infinity. So again the answer won't come. So that is why what we have to assume is that this real portion should always be a positive value, or the real portion should always be greater than 0. So based on that I will rewrite for the real portion of S to be greater than 0. So only in that case we will get the answer. Okay, only in that case we will get the answer of Laplace e raised to power j omega t u of t is going to be equal to, so if I am going to now substitute, I will get e raised to power minus infinity minus e raised to power 0 divided by minus of s minus j omega, where this will finally come as 1 divided by s minus j omega. Okay, so Laplace transform of e raised to power j omega t u of t, if I am going to look, I will get 1 divided by s minus j omega. Okay, this is the Laplace transform. And similarly, if I am going to look for the case of e raised to power minus j omega t u of t, the Laplace transform will come out to be 1 divided by s plus j omega. So the Laplace transform will come out to be 1 by s plus j omega, and the s plane, the region of convergence will be the same for both the case. In both the case, I will get the value as for real portion of sigma greater than 0. So in all the case, I will have to draw it. I'll have to shade the right hand side. Okay. So I will write here the ROC for both the case. Okay. The ROC will be the real portion of S should be greater than 0. Now you might be thinking, we just now, we had just now did e raised to power at u of t, where the Laplace transform came out to be 1 divided by s minus a, and so similarly, if we can write e raised to power minus at u of t, what is the Laplace transform? Well, the Laplace transform is going to be 1 divided by s plus a. But the region of convergence, there is going to be a difference. In here, we had taken the region of convergence to be from a positive direction. In here, in the second case, we will have the region of convergence, let me draw it properly, the region of convergence to be from minus a towards the right side. That will be the region of convergence. So you can write it in the previous, just this is 6. This is 6. Now you can write for 5, just the previous one, you can write this particular case also there. Okay, you can write this particular case also there. Next, let us look at the sine and cosine function. Well, you have most of the time you have used the similar method that we are going to use here. We know that the Laplace of cos omega t u of t can be written as actually the Laplace of, I can expand cos omega t as using the Euler's relation as e raised to power j omega t plus e raised to power minus j omega t divided by 2 into u of t. Correct? Which can now be expanded in the form as 1 by 2 I can take common, and then the Laplace of, I will take the first portion, which is e raised to power j omega t u of t, plus again the second portion I will write it as half the Laplace transform of e raised to power minus j omega t u of t. And based on that, we have already seen e raised to power j omega t u of t, the Laplace transform is going to be, just now we have seen that, let me take that, just now we have seen this relation, plus and minus, if we are going to put, this is what we get. So based on that, I can just simply straightforward write this as, 1 by 2 I will take common, and then the remaining portion I will write it within the bracket. So the first one will come out to be 1 divided by s minus j omega, plus the second one I will write 1 divided by s plus j omega, which if I am going to add both of them, I know that we all know that we have to cross multiply. So if I am going to cross multiply, I will get s plus j omega plus s minus j omega divided by s square minus j omega square, j omega the whole square, where j square will basically be, j square will be equal to minus 1, so that minus and this minus will cancel off. So I will just write omega square here, and in between it will come as plus. Okay, again these minus j and plus j in the numerator will cancel off, and I will get 2s, and that will cancel off with this 2 in the denominator. Okay, so in totality I will get it as s divided by s square plus omega square. Similarly, if you are going to do for sine, if I am going to write for the case of sine, let me write it here. So the Laplace of sine omega t u of t, the function is going to be just like this. It's going to be Laplace of e raised to power j omega t minus e raised to power minus j omega t, okay, e raised to power minus j omega t divided by 2j. That is what is the Euler's expansion of sine function, that multiplied with u of t. And if I am going to similarly expand this, you will find out that we will get the answer of Laplace. You will get the expansion, just like we have done for the case of cos. If you would do this, you will find out that the answer comes out to be omega divided by s square divided by s square plus omega square. Okay, and all these will exist for s greater than 0. So I will write this as the Laplace transform of e raised to not e raised, I will write cos. Okay, the cos omega t u of t Laplace transform, the Laplace transform is going to be s divided by s square plus omega square, whereas for the case of sine omega t u of t, the Laplace transform is going to be s divided by, not s, omega divided by, omega divided by s square plus omega square, and then the Laplace transform, the plot of the ROC will be the real portion of, ROC will be the real portion of s greater than 0. So where did I get that? I get it directly from this ROC, the ROC for the exponential function that we have just now done here. So based on that only we are getting both these answers, isn't it? So the ROC for this one will be the same, the ROC for this one will be the same. So for both of these conditions, the ROC is going to be given by this equation or this diagram. So I should write that for both these cases, the real value for real value of s greater than 0. Similarly here, for real value of s greater than 0. Okay. So next we look into the case of damped sine and cosine function, wherein it's basically, if you generally have sine function, we'll just write it as sine omega t, sine omega t u of t. But if I'm going to say damped sine function, that actually damps out with time, I have to multiply it with e raised to power some function e raised to power minus at. So it's a damped function. So a damped sine function, if I want to draw, then first I will have to simplify the function itself. So I will write it as e raised to power minus at, and the sine function can be written as e raised to power j omega t minus e raised to power minus j omega t divided by 2j. Okay, divided by 2j. Now this multiplied with u of t. Now wherein I can write this, I can expand this as the Laplace of, okay, I will take 2j outside, so I will write it as 1 by 2j Laplace transform of. Now I can combine both the first function as e raised to power minus of a minus j omega the whole into t. So the whole I have to put it as bracket t minus e raised to power, again I am going to take minus commonly outside, so it is going to be a plus j omega t. Okay, then u of t is there. So what I will do is I split this as two functions. So let me split this as two functions. So let the first function be this into u of t, and let the second function be minus 1 by 2j Laplace of e raised to power minus a plus j omega t u of t. Okay, and then based on this, for as you can see here, if this Laplace has to work, we have to make sure that the region of convergence is always greater than the value of a that is put here. So it should always be greater than minus a. So I write for the real portion of s, for the real portion of s greater than minus a. Okay, that will what will come here. So for a real portion of s greater than minus a, I can write this as the Laplace transform of any complex function we have already seen. It comes out to be so I will write here 1 by 2j. Let me take 1 by 2j as common function. And for the first one, it will come out to be 1 divided by s plus a minus j omega, and for the second function I will write minus 1 divided by s plus a plus j omega. Okay, now what you have to remember is, always please remember this fact that from here you can do the normal procedure of Laplace transform that we have done. You can put the integration sign and all that, but generally when you look at the final answer, there is no there is no need that you need to write all those things in between, because you have already done that. But for the exam point of view, you please do the in between steps, because the answer will depend totally on what you know at that point of time and what you are writing at that point of time. So in between, do the integration equation expansion of Laplace transform. Okay, anyway, this if I am going to expand, then I will get 1 by 2j and then s plus a plus j omega minus of s plus a minus of minus, which becomes plus j omega, divided by then s plus a the whole square minus and minus will become plus, because j square is minus, so minus and minus will become plus. So this will get as omega square, or I can write this as 1 by 2j and the 2j at the numerator will cancel off, so there will not be any 2j anymore remaining here. All I will get is an omega at the numerator divided by s plus a the whole square plus omega square. Okay, for the region of convergence. So basically I will write that the Laplace transform of e raised to power minus at sine omega t u of t will come out to be, I should not write it like this. Finally I will just write it with this signature. Okay, the Laplace transform of this will come out to be omega divided by s plus a the whole square plus omega square, and the Laplace transform of e raised to power minus at, instead of sine, if I am going to have cos omega t u of t. You can check, using the method we have done just now. You can check for the case of cos omega t. Its answer will come out to be s plus a on the numerator, and then in the denominator s plus a the whole square plus omega square. And for both the case, the ROC will be for the real portion of s greater than minus a. Here also for the real portion of s greater than minus a. And the region of convergence can be drawn as real portion of s greater than minus a.